Hello Aquarius, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your bonus reading for the second half of June. This is going to be a two-part reading. We're going to be focusing first on the Divine Feminine and secondly on the Divine Masculine. You're welcome to watch the whole thing. I do intend to timestamp these down below, so it's totally up to you if you want to just watch one section or both. And it is a general reading as always, guys. It's not going to resonate with every single person. So please do take from this what makes sense for you, release the rest. And if you're interested in your own personal private reading, that information is down below in the description box. And of course, I'll include a link to all of the decks that you see here today, Aquarius. So let's dive right into it. Let's go ahead and take a look and see how the Divine Feminine is feeling or affected by the connection with the masculine. This is the Divine Feminine Energy Oracle cards deck by Flames of Alchemy. So we'll start with that. And I do have a particular structure that I do have in mind for the bonus readings this time around. So if you are a cross watcher, you will see that I'm using all of the same cards in the same order. All right, guys, for Aquarius, when it comes to the Divine Feminine, what's the overall vibe for my feminines at this time? And I do tend to refer to the Divine Feminine as she and her, but of course I do understand it could be for female as well as male viewers. So, just take it for how it resonates. We do have Wonder coming up first when it comes to the Divine Feminine, followed by Connect, Grounded, and then we do have a breakup that is reflected here. But what I'm feeling here, regardless of this breakup between the feminine and the masculine, I'm just feeling here that my Divine Feminines are still definitely feeling a connection to this masculine, just kind of wondering, what is he up to? What's going on in his life? How is the breakup affecting him? And just trying to ground herself, trying to figure things out for herself, and trying to heal at this time also. Let's grab a few more here. But that's what's coming through so far. So we already know right off the bat that there's a separation here between the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. We have Inner Union coming through. This is such a beautiful card. And I've gotten a couple of interpretations from this particular card. For me, Inner Union could certainly be in the Divine Feminine's heart space. There is no breakup. In her heart, you guys are still together. An inner union, too, for me, could certainly be the feminine just really trying to heal herself on the inside. Just having everything just come together and make sense of it all, of how things played out in this partnership. Inner healing, too, is what I pick up off of that. We do have adoration here. So yeah, even though there's a breakup, even though there is distance and separation between the Divine Feminine and the masculine, my feminines still have love for this masculine. Not wanting to let go. Still connected, I feel, telepathically. Look at this. Feeling very lonely. Whenever I see instruments, music references, I do pick up there could be certain songs that are tied into this connection. My feminines might hear a particular song attached to the masculine, might really relate to the lyrics. The two of you could certainly have had favorite songs together. Somebody could also play an instrument. In this particular photo, it is a piano. So my feminine, some of you might actually play the piano or be very musically inclined. And then we've got reconciliation. So even though we've got a breakup here, certainly the desire from the feminine is to come back together with her masculine. That's what's coming through so far. So let's add some tarot to this, Aquarius, to clarify these messages. This is the Pining Rose Tarot by my dear friend Amy of Calico Moon. So let's see what else needs to come through here. And hopefully it'll give us some more insight as to why you guys broke up in the first place. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aquarius, for this bonus reading, focusing on the Divine Feminine. What's going on? We have a card flying up in the reverse. The Two of Pentacles. Okay, this is earth energy. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. In the upright, it does say multiple priorities, balance, ups and downs, and juggling. But this Two of Pentacles clearly coming up reversed here. So the Two of Pentacles in the reverse is a loss of balance, feeling very overwhelmed, feeling disorganized. That's the energy that my feminines are in right now. Because I feel that it's the masculine, and just having the masculine in her life, that's what kept the balance in her life. And without him, feeling a little bit just out of equilibrium here. Feeling overwhelmed with life and everything going on in the connection, clearly because we do have a breakup here, but certainly wanting that reconciliation, but feeling also very melancholy, very sad, very lonely. We have the Hangman coming up next. Pause, letting go, spiritual awakening, new perspective. So right now there is a pause in this relationship. There is this need to let go and to release parts of this connection that weren't working. So part of this process for my feminine, the inner union, the grounding energy here, healing energy, I feel also, that's all contributing to the spiritual awakening and just giving the divine feminine the opportunity to see things with a different set of eyes. And then we've got the Eight of Pentacles right after that. More earth energy. Mastering your skill, apprenticeship, working hard. So for some of my feminines, when it comes to work, money matters, finances, definitely working very hard in that area. But when it comes to love and romance, the Eight of Pentacles is all about keeping your eyes on the prize, you know, and that prize is the divine masculine here. So I don't think my feminines are really giving up on this connection despite where you guys are at right now. And also willing to work hard at whatever challenges have brought you guys into separation. And look at this, we've got the Ace of Cups right after that. I love it. New love or relationship, self-love, compassion. And the Ace of Cups is a card about offering ourselves our own cup of love, to be able to fill that cup with love for ourselves first, so that we can offer that love beyond ourselves to the divine masculine. And that, for me, is very much tied into this inner union. Just having to do with healing and the divine feminine, being able to make peace with where she's at in her own heart, in her own life. But certainly the Ace of Cups could be an indication of a new beginning in love for this connection. So two cards really talking about self-love here. And then we've got the High Priestess coming up next. Tapped into your intuition, feminines. Mystery, the subconscious, the mind. But this is also a card of inaction. There's not a whole lot going on here, which is actually a good thing. It's a blessing for now, because there is healing that needs to happen here on both sides, I feel. The feminine needs to work on herself and is doing that, clearly. And I feel hopefully the masculines are doing that as well, but we'll figure that out when we get to that portion of the reading for the divine masculine. So this is a time truly to follow your gut, feminines. Follow your intuition. Pay attention to that. Because the High Priestess is all about inner peace. And isn't it interesting how that's falling right below inner union? It's all a part of that process. It's all a part of that journey. And then we've got the Two of Wands right after that, which is fire. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Decisions, discovery, goals, and progress. And the thing with the Two of Wands too is that the masculine and the divine feminine, I feel you guys are still into each other. I don't know why you broke up. I don't know why there's distance here. But if things were horrible and miserable and just ended really badly, which it certainly could have, but I'm feeling this draw that you guys still have towards each other. So there's something between the two of you that's still like a magnet that's just wanting you guys to come back together. They're still interested in you, feminine, the masculine is, and I really feel, my feminines, you're still interested in the masculine here. Otherwise, this reconciliation card would not be here, would not be a part of this equation. Seven of Wands. So my feminines definitely have fire. Fire coming through. This is all about standing up for what you believe in, despite the challenges. And it's all about perseverance. You know, you're not going to give up. You're going to stand up for this. You're willing to fight for this, feminines. But look at this. We do have the Eight of Cups here for a reason. This is escapism, abandonment, soul searching, walking away. So my feminines, you certainly could have walked away from this to figure yourself out. Or it was a breakup that just needed to happen for whatever reason. You guys had to go into separation to do this soul searching. And maybe at the time those challenges were just too overwhelming for my feminines here and needed to walk away to gain this new perspective that the Hangman is talking about. So there was something here that wasn't working for my feminines. And so for those of you resonating with this, my feminine had to walk away, put a stop to something, had to break up with the masculine. But still very much feeling the connection regardless of all that. Look at this. We've got the Six of Cups, young love, reminiscing, innocence. This is a card about nostalgia. This is also a card of someone from the past coming back, Aquarius. So my feminines, your masculine certainly could come back to you. You both might be feeling very nostalgic, remembering the good times, memories of love, those moments that you guys shared together. Some of you could be childhood sweethearts. There's history here for some of you. But it does indicate a reunion is possible. And then we've got the Lover's card, which represents Gemini, romantic love, harmony, relationships, and choices. So there's a decision that needs to be made whenever the Lover's card is present in a reading, and it indicates a deep spiritual union between two people. The attraction is still here. The passion, the attraction, the love, it's still here. That's what's keeping you guys energetically bound, I feel. Wow. All right, so let's add to this, Aquarius. This is a deck called Moody Moon Messages, honoring the cycle of the Divine Feminine by my soul sister, Sister Moon Tarot. So we'll add to this and see what else. Angels and spirit guides, please, focusing on the Divine Feminine for this reading for Aquarius, for this bonus reading. What else do we need to know here? And just in case you guys are focused on a Virgo, you guys might definitely want to cross-watch my Virgo reading. There's just something that happened in that reading that I had to really control myself from laughing. It was so funny to me, the way the cards presented itself. So if you want to be entertained, watch that one. All right, let's see. For Aquarius, please. We've got confident. I am a magical being and creator. Yes, feminines, you absolutely are. And, you know, maybe when you guys were together with the masculine, something really affected your confidence and how you saw yourself, preventing you from manifesting things in your life, not just your love life either. Could have affected everything: your health, your environment, your family, your finances, your job, your friendships, anything, everything. But now you're coming through with this confident energy. I am a magical being and creator. Love it. Just when I was talking about Virgos, look at the next card. We have Solitude, which for me is very similar to the Hermit card in traditional tarot, which is Virgo. I just want to be left alone. Okay, so for some of my feminines, you do need this alone time. But just because you need alone time doesn't mean you've stopped thinking of the connection, because I feel you haven't. Still very much a part of your thoughts and your heart. That's why we've got the Six of Cups. You're feeling nostalgic even when you are in solitude. But I really feel that this is very healing for my feminines too, right now. Because this is you just taking it all in, all of the emotions, all of the pain, the experience of what happened between you and your masculine. When you're in solitude, you know, you're very vulnerable because all you have is yourself and your surroundings and your thoughts. But I also feel that this is very healing for my feminines who are in solitude right now. Some of you could also be feeling very anxious, just trying to get some relief. And that's why you're in solitude, to get that relief, to just be still, be grounded, heal that heart of yours, heal your overall energy, and to just recharge, you know? Look at this card, hopeful. Maybe we can start over again. Well, yes, I do know for my feminines, that's what's in the feminine's heart. At the very core of where our feminines are is the desire to start again, to reconcile. And certainly with the Ace of Cups, with the Six of Cups, it's possible. The Lover's card too. Look at this. We have longing. Wishing you were here. Yeah, we already know that. There's that longing feeling, nostalgia, feeling very lonely, still connecting, even if it is just telepathically. All right, so let's go ahead and continue. Let's grab some romance angels here for the divine feminine and see what else needs to come through when it comes to this connection with the masculine here at Aquarius. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aquarius, for the divine feminine, for this bonus reading. What else, please, do we need to know at this time for this connection? We do have romantic feelings coming through. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. But it's interesting how we have unrequited love as well. So this could be part of the breakup for some of you, that maybe the masculines had a change of heart, or maybe my feminines, you did. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Some of you could certainly be feeling that way. But what I'm feeling too, despite this card coming forward, it's almost like once my feminine, some of you came to this realization, it's almost like you realized that it was the total opposite, that there really is attraction and chemistry still. But, you know, when we go through a difficult period in our relationship, sometimes when we saturate ourselves in anxiety and anger and frustration, and we don't see our partner in the best light, you know, so some of you guys might actually have changed your mind the moment you realized that this is the vibe that you were coming to. It's like there actually is a lot of attraction between you and the masculine. There's a reason why this Lover's card is still here. So some of you could have certainly had a change of heart at one point, which contributed to the breakup, but I also feel some point in time moving forward from that decision, you changed your mind and are wanting to come back together and reconcile. But sometimes, you know, we don't get to that conclusion until we detach, until we walk away, which is where this Eight of Cups is coming from. You needed to escape, you needed to walk away in order to figure yourself out, and I feel that that was good. So the two of you needed to retreat. You did need to disconnect. You know, we know that there's a separation and a breakup here. You did free yourself from your masculine. You took back control of your life, and all of those things are good things because it needed that time, I feel, for the masculine to have time on their own, as well as for my feminines, for you to have time on your own to really reassess the situation, the connection, what it is that you want, what it is that you're not going to put up with, whatever the challenges are, anything and everything tied into this connection and why you guys broke up. And then we've got religious factors coming through. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So that certainly applies to some of you. And this connection, I feel, for those that resonate with it, you do feel that you are spiritually connected to your masculine. There's also this very playful energy that's presenting itself here between the two of you. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. I also have a few interpretations for this card. Some of you, this doesn't apply to everybody, I do feel that there might be an age gap between the feminine and the masculine. Someone is younger than the other. And sometimes too, part of the reason for this breakup might be that you might have been dealing with a masculine who was just in player mode. And that brought us here to the separation. So clearly it's indicating you're not together. There is a breakup, but there's also this desire to come back together too. It just really depends, feminines, on where you're at on your journey of healing when it comes to this connection. Because some of you are further along on that healing journey than others. And if you need more time for solitude, take it. You know, nobody can rush you into processing the pain or the hurt or the anger or whatever emotion you are in. You know, we do have anxious represented here, just trying to get some relief from the anxiety of what you've gone through. So be mindful of that. Be kind to yourself. Pay attention to your gut. Pay attention to your intuition. That's what the High Priestess is conveying to you at this time, feminines. So this is my self-created deck. It's called the Woman's Intuition Oracle. We'll go ahead and grab some dialogue here, feminines, for you guys who are watching for the feminine, divine feminine. So this is from the divine feminine to the divine masculine. Take from these whichever you're most guided towards, because there are those of you who are ready to move forward, who want that reconciliation, and there are those of you who are still feeling that you need a little bit more time. All right, let's grab this bottom of the deck. Yep, I see some of my feminines still not happy, still upset, still healing, still processing what's happened here. So, you know, again, be mindful of that. Be kind to yourself. Let's start with this one. The magnetic pull between us is so strong. I feel you even when you're not with me. Exactly. It doesn't matter that there's a breakup, that there's a separation. There is this connection that the feminines still feel. And my masculines who resonate with this same type of vibe, they're feeling it too. Now, from a very pissed off feminine, you aren't even worth an honorable mention. Okay? So, I mean, clearly there are those of you, and an added interpretation of this card coming through now, there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. You aren't even worth an honorable mention, you know? So I feel for some of my feminines, this could still be quite raw and just too much to process at this time. Still quite upset, not happy with the masculine. And that, again, that's okay. You got to honor where you're at on your journey. If you're pissed, you're pissed. If you're anxious, you're anxious. That's okay. You know, it's not all butterflies and rainbows and, you know, happiness all the time. This is life. This is reality right here. So it just depends on where you're at on your journey, Divine Feminine. Next message. I love you more than words could ever express. So as you can see, we've got so many variances in the messages that are presenting itself here. And I do feel for those of you wanting a reconciliation, you do love the masculine still. That's why you're feeling lonely. That's why there's healing that's needed here. And you're feeling nostalgic about the connection. Next one, you are my favorite obsession. So some of my feminines can't get the masculine out of her mind, still quite obsessed with the thought of the masculine and still wanting to bring this together. Can't think of anything else. You know, that's where that longing energy is coming from, also wishing you were here. Maybe we can start over again. The next message, if there is no tomorrow for you and I, let's not waste our time talking. And when I created this had a very sexual connotation to it, but also an added interpretation is, if there's just no hope that you and I will ever get back together, then there's nothing left to talk about. And perhaps that's why we do have this Eight of Cups energy for some of my feminines. You walked away for a reason and you're done. And if that's your story, that's your story. But there are my feminines who have had this breakup and want to reconcile with the masculine. Next message. You were a damn hard lesson to learn. See? So some of my feminines are still learning those lessons or have already learned this lesson. It has not been an easy journey and just really wanting to start fresh elsewhere. That's why we've got this cup of love from the Ace of Cups. It's up to you, feminines, how you choose to use it. You know, and those who resonate with this message, it's time to give back to yourself. Fill that cup of love for you. That's a part of the lesson. That you got to put yourself first now on your priority list. Because this connection had some major life-altering lessons to teach you. And the last one. The moment I laid eyes on you, I knew my search was over. Okay? So that's coming through for my feminines, of course, who know and understand and recognize that despite the challenges, despite the breakup, despite the separation, this is the masculine that you want in your life. You're willing to fight for it. You're not giving up. Okay? So that's what's coming through, Aquarius, for the Divine Feminine here. Let's now focus on the Divine Masculine for this reading. It may or may not tap into this storyline. It could be a totally separate story that comes forward from the masculines, but sometimes, you know, it does feed off of each other. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, guys. So for those of you who are watching for the Divine Masculine section of this reading, this is by Flames of Alchemy once again, the Divine Masculine Energy Oracle cards. Angels and Spirit Guides, please, for Aquarius for this bonus reading. For the Divine Masculine. How is the masculine affected by this connection with the feminine? Angels and Spirit Guides, please, for Aquarius. Still admires the feminine. Okay. There's admiration here. Look at this next card, guys. We've got a twin flame connection that's presenting itself here. My masculines are in heavy contemplation mode at the moment. Some of you might have a family with the feminine. It's either that or this particular masculine that's presenting himself here is wanting to build a family with the feminine. And this could, of course, include blended families. All right, let's see what else. We have a karmic partner that is coming through here. So we've got a twin flame and then we've got a karmic. We have telepathy. So there's some sort of telepathic communication here between the masculine and the feminine, and I did pick up off of that from the Divine Feminine reading. This karmic partner might present a third-party situation or somebody that the masculine needed to cut out of his life to be able to explore the dynamic of this connection with this twin flame. We've got an awakening coming through for the masculines. All right, so let's go ahead and add to this with some tarot once again. This is the Palette deck by Salviadora of Eat, Read, Love. Angels and spirit guides, please, when it comes to the divine feminine, I'm still in the feminine, divine masculine for this bonus reading. Focusing on the divine masculine, please, angels and spirit guides. What else do we need to know? How is this connection affecting the divine masculine here? What's up with this karmic partner? Please bring it forward for Aquarius. We have the Three of Swords coming up in the reverse. Okay, swords is air energy. This, of course, is your own energy here, Aquarius. Now, in the upright, the Three of Swords is heartbreak over a separation, lack of communication. But it is coming up reversed. That's how we're going to read it. So the Three of Swords in the reverse is recovery. It's forgiveness. It's moving on from whatever challenges the masculine and the feminine had gone through. So if you're watching for both, and if this is resonating, part of the breakup here that the feminine had experienced might be due to a third-party situation that was tied into a karmic partnership. And now this is a situation that's in recovery, that there is forgiveness here now, that there's a chance for the masculine and the feminine to move on together, to build that life that you guys perhaps talked about at one point in time. Because this is a great energy coming forward from my masculines here, going through that awakening journey. So we've got the Knight of Wands coming up next. Here we are again with the Lover's card. You see that? Lover's card presenting itself for both the Divine Feminine reading as well as the Divine Masculine reading. So there's definitely an attraction here. There's that spiritual bond and connection between both of you. This Knight of Wands is fire energy. Some of you might be focused on a fire sign here: Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. This Knight of Wands is full of energy, passion, lust, and adventure. And that, I feel, for some of my masculines, that represents your vibe right there. This passionate adventure with your twin flame. Knowing that there's a decision that needs to be made here, and perhaps that decision has been made. Because this connection is now ready for forgiveness. Because if my masculines were still involved with this karmic, or there's infidelity or distrust and dishonesty and secrets in this connection, this would have come up in the upright. where there's still heartbreak that's happening here, because there's healing when it comes to my divine feminine, and I feel here my divine masculines are healing as well. Moving on from the past, moving on from whatever caused the two of you to break up in the first place. And then we've got the 9 of Coins, which is the 9 of Pentacles. Earth energy. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. And I love how it's falling right below family. This is tapped into the masculine's life and his finances, his money matters. This is being thankful and grateful for what it is that he has in his life, being able to provide for a family. It's interesting too, because the 9 of Pentacles for me is somebody, and that somebody here, of course, is the divine masculine. The divine masculine having everything in his life except love. And so I feel here he's now in a place where he's wanting to perhaps apologize to the feminine, or wanting forgiveness from the feminine in order to move forward. And wanting to fill that void in his life. Having everything, being able to afford the finer things in life. You know, it's like one of those things where you could have a mansion, the best car in the world, everything and anything that you could ever want. And yet you don't have anyone to share that mansion with. You don't have anyone in that dream car to be enjoying those trips with. Anyone to talk to, anyone that matters. That one person that is the other half of you is this twin flame. And I feel here that for my masculines, that's been missing. That's a part of this awakening, that realization, this contemplation, realizing that I may lose the very thing that I need in order to fulfill my life, in order to complete my life. To take us from this 9 of Coins and take us into the 10 of Coins. To bring us into completion here. Because the 10 of Pentacles represents a strong bond, a perfect match, a happy, secure time in love. So my masculines are almost there. But we do have this 4 of Cups coming up too. So what this is telling us here, Aquarius, for the divine masculine, is that life is handing him some possibilities and choices here in order to move forward with the feminine. But this 4 of Cups represents a missed opportunity if he doesn't take action. But I do feel here with the Lover's card presenting itself that he's not going to let this be a missed opportunity. And he's going to take action and do what it is that needs to happen in order to bring this twin flame connection back into union. We've got the Queen of Cups coming through. So for my divine masculine, perhaps the feminine represents this Queen of Cups. Because this Queen of Cups here is very calm, very intuitive, a very compassionate person. And I really feel this divine feminine keeps him grounded. And it's interesting how that came forward in the divine feminine reading, because that's the vibe that she is in. Without her, this divine masculine is probably a little bit chaotic in his life. we have the Two of Wands. So that came forward from the Divine Feminine reading also. Planning, making decisions. And just as I mentioned, this masculine is still interested in the Divine Feminine. He possesses the skills that he needs to make her dreams come true. And then, look at this. We've got two aces, Ace of Coins and the Ace of Swords, both presenting itself here, Aquarius, for the Divine Masculine. Aces represent new beginnings. So the Ace of Coins, Pentacles, it's an opportunity. It's a new venture. It's prosperity. It's manifestation. The Ace of Swords is a breakthrough. It's giving the masculine, finally, the clarity that's needed to be able to see things clearly, to make that one solid decision, to create movement back towards the Divine Feminine. Looks pretty amazing to me. So let's add to this with the Masculine's Madness deck. This is by Bridget Rao of Divine Essentials. So let's take a look when it comes to some of the challenges that might be affecting the masculine, as well as any realizations that he's had as a result of this awakening journey that he's been on. Angels and spirit guides, please, for the Divine Masculine for Aquarius for this bonus reading. I've found what my soul was searching for, you. Yep. Love it. Awakening, soul searching. So this is my Divine Masculine waking up and realizing that the one thing that's been missing in his life is the Divine Feminine. What am I running from? Confusion. So there might have been a point in time when this masculine was very confused, not knowing what to do. Confused between a twin flame and a karmic partner, perhaps. But I really feel here with the Ace of Swords especially, if my masculines were confused before, he's not now, because this offers him clarity. This offers him that much needed breakthrough to be able to do the right thing now. Look at this next message. Tortured. My mind is torturing me with reminders of you everywhere I go. No matter where he goes, no matter what he does, he's being reminded of his connection to the Divine Feminine. Next card, Soul Cleanse. I've been purifying my mind and soul. I love that, because this is an indication here that my masculines have been working on themselves. Love it. So let's add to this with the Romantic Confessions from the Divine Masculine, another deck by my soul sister, Sister Moon Tarot. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aquarius for this bonus reading, focusing on the Divine Masculine. What do you want to say, masculines, to your feminine? What do you want to say? I am mesmerized by your aura. Absolutely. Sometimes when I'm with her, I find myself wishing I was with you. You see? So we've had some issues tied into karmics and third parties. But I'm feeling, based off of the surrounding cards here, third parties might be a thing of the past. And with that Ace of Swords, perhaps my masculines have already cut this out of his life, or is about to. Next message, I want to talk to you, but I can't find the right words to say. But in time, I really feel that he will. What else, please? Maybe in the future we can have another go at this. Amen. There we go. You guys really are on the same page here. And I believe, didn't a similar message come forward from our feminines? Yeah. Hopeful. Maybe we can start over again. Maybe in the future we can have another go at this. So the feminine and the masculine really wanting a second chance here. Wanting to be able to reconnect and have a do-over. That's what I'm picking up from that. Okay, so let's grab some messages from the Thinking Man Oracle. This is one that I've created. Let's go ahead and grab some dialogue from this deck, Aquarius, for this bonus reading. Angels and spirit guides, please, for the divine masculine. What needs to come through here? Already. This king wants his queen back. Yes, he does. He sure does. Next message. I'm sorry I hurt you. It hurt me too. I'm sorry. Okay, lots of apologies coming through here. For some of my masculines coming through with this message, I don't show you that I care because I'm afraid to open my heart fully. The truth is that you hold a very special place in my heart. So, you know, some of you might be dealing with a masculine who just struggles with really expressing what's in his heart. Next message, you're divine and delicious. Very attracted still to the divine feminine. Next message, sometimes I wish we could just be again. See? Maybe in the future we can have another go at this. Sometimes I wish we could just be again. So the desire truly to start again, it's here for both of you. This king wants his queen back. All right, so let's grab some more romance angels messages for the divine masculine now. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aquarius for this bonus reading. What else, please? For Aquarius for the divine masculine. We have an ex that needs to be released, and that may very well be this karmic. The time has come to clear that energy. We also have this flirtatious energy that could certainly be a part of the divine masculine's personality. Just very lighthearted with how he interacts with people. We do have a honeymoon reflected here, which could certainly indicate future marriage for some of you. This connection is coming through as a true love bond. This is the romance of a lifetime. Next message, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Yeah, it's safe for you guys to love each other because you both still want to give this a try, a second chance. Last message, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Actually, I'm looking at the next two and it kind of goes with it, so I'm going to show you guys. We have trust. So if there was an issue when it came to trust in this partnership, this has to be worked through. The situation's calling for you to have faith. And then the last one, forgiving and learning, which I feel that's already presented itself here with the reversed Three of Swords, recovery, forgiveness, and moving on. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. This is all needed here. This is the road to recovery when it comes to this connection. But I do love how both the divine feminine and the divine masculine are coming through, letting each other know that they're willing to give this another try. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and close this out with some final messages from the Journey of Love deck. But some pretty insightful messages that came through here, Aquarius, when it comes to this connection. All right, final messages. Journey of Love deck by Bridget Rao of Divine Essentials. Angels and spirit guides, please. For Aquarius, for this bonus reading, combining both energies for the divine masculine and the divine feminine. What do we have here on this journey of love? Look at that. Forgiveness. Please forgive me. Exactly. That's what's needed. The number 23 might also play a significant role for some of you guys. Next message. I'm so tired of dancing alone. Depression, number 24. So, whoever resonates with this, first of all, we have another reference to music here. Okay? Somebody could be listening to really sad songs, very depressing songs that make them very sad and lonely, but it also really helps that healing, because sometimes if you just need to get it out and just cry and just feel, get those emotions out, then it helps, you know. But this is an indication here from either the feminine, the masculine, or both of you just letting each other know, it's like, I'm so tired of dancing alone. I want to be with you. Please forgive me. What else, please, angels and spirit guides, for Aquarius, for this connection between the feminine there's that nostalgia coming through again, guys. Number 6. I love you. See, you guys love each other still. Still loving each other after all this time. What else, please? Angels and spirit guides. For this connection, we'll grab a few more. I'm so cold without you. Warmth. Number 12. You know, because when you guys are together, you just find comfort in each other's company, in each other's arms. Without the other, there's this very cold vibe from the distance, from the separation, and there's this longing to really bring it back together. Next message, 0, isolated. I'm empty without you. See, there's this emptiness. There's that void. Last one, number 7. I'm lost without you. Emptiness. So, I mean, I'm so cold without you. I'm empty without you. I'm lost without you. This is how they're feeling. This is how you're both possibly feeling about each other. The love is still here. Forgiveness needs to happen. And that will certainly help in the healing process of this journey of love that you guys are on. But there's a chance that this can come back together, Aquarius. Okay, so that's where I'm going to leave this one, guys. I hope whatever part of it resonated with you, whether you watched the Divine Feminine or the Divine Masculine or the whole thing. I thank you so much for tuning in and spending this time with me. And if you're interested in your own personal private reading, all of that info is down below in the description box. And I'll see you guys real soon. Take care.